Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. I asked my subscribers, you guys, about the weapons you wanted to see in the next installment of Battlefield, and just like always, you didn't disappoint. So I gathered 33 of those weapons and I put them all in one video for you guys to get a clear understanding of the type of weapons that we need to see in the next Battlefield game. 33 weapons are a lot, to be honest, and this video will probably be longer than you expect, so sit back and enjoy seeing some badass cool weapons. But before we start, it's fair to say that I'm not categorizing these weapons because I believe it's going to kill the excitement. So weapons will pop up randomly, and I believe it's going to be more fun that way. So first of all, we've got the Hellion VHS-2, which is a great looking replacement for the infamous FAMAS. We do have this bad boy in 2042, and it's one of the cool assault rifles in the game. But again, the modeling can be a lot better, and seeing it in the next game should be fun. Next up, we've got the AA-12, which is a full auto shotgun. You guys probably know this weapon, and by just looking at it, it rings a lot of bells. I've played it in Medal of Honor and some other games. It's truly a demon. AA stands for auto assault. It's a 12-gauge shotgun which was recommended to the US Army but never got adopted. Nevertheless, this is one of the weapons you guys wanted to see. And we've got the infamous FAMAS as well. I guess FAMAS just never dies, and you guys proved the fact one more time. Never liked it in Battlefield 4, but I've always respected the thing as an icon in literally any video game. Also, we've got the 6P67 Court, which is the final most tested variant of the AEK 971. You can call it a much more tested, more optimized version, and one of you guys really wanted to see that in the next game. I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks super badass. AM-17 was another one of your favorites. It's called a small-sized automatic rifle, basically a carbine chambered in the standard 545 by 39mm Russian cartridge. In 2042, it's called the AM-40. It's been spotted in Ukraine during the war, and it's a great weapon to have in the next game. QBZ-191 was a highly requested weapon as well. It's a new Chinese assault rifle in service since 2019, and in all honesty, it looks a lot like the HK416 to me, just looks a lot like it. However, if they want to add this to the game, I believe things like the 416 should go out of the equation because of literally how similar they look like. So, I don't know. I guess you have to pick one. My choice is definitely going to be the 416. Definitely, no doubt. So that's my choice right there. You also mentioned the SMG45, which is a new version of the UMP45. I've done some research on the weapon, and it seems like it's lacking accuracy and reliability compared to the infamous UMP45. This thing is already a part of Battlefield 2042, and it's one of the best SMGs out there, but given the real life issues it's facing, I believe there are better options. The PP-19 VTS is also one of the cool weapons you guys mentioned. It's a Russian SMG chambered in 9mm Parabellum, and it was directly developed based on the PP-19 Bison. You all probably know that weapon, but the VTS is just a better, more reliable version, so having it in the next game is going to be amazing, and it is time we kiss the AKS-74U goodbye as an SMG. And also, we've got the combat-proven, super sick SIG SG-550. This weapon has been used in the war in Afghanistan and Yemen civil war, so it's already ahead of some weapons in this list. And we also had it in BF4, which was just a decent weapon to say the least. Plus, looks great as well. RPK-16 was also favored by you guys. It's a whole new weapon to replace the old RPK-74 LMGs. It's chambered in the 545 Russian cartridge, and it's a highly customizable weapon this time around, so it fits the settings of Battlefield 6. QBJ-95 is a Chinese LMG, which is directly developed based on the QBZ-95 assault rifle. It has a longer, heavier barrel, an added bipod, and a large drum mag to be able to play the role of an LMG. Looks absolutely terrible, to be honest, but it's what you guys want to see in the next game, so no complaints about that. Next up is the FN Evolus, which is known as the Avansis in Battlefield 2042. One of the cool looking LMGs out there, which was also a part of the next generation squad weapon program for the US Army, but it lost the competition to the XM250. It looks absolutely cool, by the way, and just feels right to be in the next game. SV98 is also in the list, the Russian sniper rifle that we all know. In Battlefield 4, it was really a fun weapon to play with, and it's also seen enough combat to this day, which makes it straight up a competitive option in this list. Labayev Arms DXL5 is another requested sniper rifle, and honestly, it looks insane. It's a bolt-action 50 caliber sniper rifle, by the way. No idea how's that 50 cal gonna fit into a Battlefield game, since it needs to be balanced somehow, like the NTW-50 in 2042, for example. But yeah, it looks great for the least. VSS Ventores is a weapon you guys probably know. It's one of the iconic sniper rifles out there. You guys also wanted the ASVAL, which is the assault rifle variant, and they both are true legends. Having them in any FPS game is like a freaking dream. Also, you guys wanted some familiar weapons. For example, the HK416 is a weapon that all of the Battlefield players are familiar with. We all made memories playing this weapon. The AUG A3M2 is another one of those weapons. We already have it in 2042 as a vault weapon, not added to the main game, which is just unfortunate. The DSR-1 sniper rifle, which is called the DXR-1 in 2042, and the TTS Exceed, which is another sniper rifle featured in 2042, and it's called the XCE bar. These weapons are familiar, so let's not linger on them too much and just move on to the newer faces. The MCX RSAR is another badass weapon you guys mentioned. It's essentially the MCX Rattler made for special forces with a slightly longer barrel and a different gas system. RSAR stands for Reduced Signature Assault Rifle, but some people just call it a PDW because of how short and handy it is. Chambered in 300 Blackout, so it's going to be just a lot fun if we ever see it in the next Battlefield game. It's going to be super fun, that 300 Blackout. Now moving on, we've got the MK1 Mod 0 MRGG, which is the new SOCOM contract sniper rifle, basically used by US Special Forces, and it looks absolutely insane, man. Look at this. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and it just has to be a worthy weapon when we're talking about a SOCOM contract, believe me. The Ukrainian Malyuk weapon is another one that I'm betting right now that will get to play in the next Battlefield game. It's a bullpup assault rifle designed and made by the Interpro Invest, also known as the IPI, and it has seen combat in Ukraine. So definitely a great option, given the fact that we know as a rumor from Tom Henderson that the next game is going to have a lore about NATO going against Russia. So if that's going to be the case, having this weapon in the game makes all kind of senses. You guys also wanted the CZ Bren 3, which is something I also want to see in the next game. It just looks gorgeous, to be honest, and it also can be chambered in the 300 Blackout, which is all the more reason to make those devs count on it as a main game weapon. There's also the Lynx GM6, which is somehow a CQB 50 caliber sniper rifle. I know that's odd, but it is what it is. It's really a strange weapon, to say the least. It's fully automatic, hard hitting, but at the same time makes perfect sense to use it in close range since it's a bullpup weapon and is full auto. The Orsis T5000 is another sniper rifle, but this time it's Russian and it's bolt action. This thing comes in various calibers from 308 Winchester and 375 Chi-Tech all the way to 50 caliber, so there is so much potential if they ever want to add this to the next game. And also someone asked for the return of the ARX 160, definitely a familiar weapon for Battlefield fans, and for some reason I didn't like it in Battlefield 4, but nevertheless I'd like to see it back on the field. The Ohio Ordnance Reaper is a belt-fed machine gun. Again, looks great and is definitely a worthwhile weapon. I was watching some videos about it on YouTube, and it's crazy how fast you can swap between 338 and 762. It's just crazy. By the way, Reaper stands for Recoil Enhanced Automatic Precision Rifle, just letting you guys know, and it's another good option if you ask me. The Baikal MP153 is a Russian 12-gauge full-auto shotgun, and yeah, this weapon has never seen combat in its lifespan, and it's been around for quite some time, since 2001, but again, it's one of those options for full-auto shotties in any game, so we're going to keep it on the table, and it's going to be a good option if you ask me. The Noveske N4 is yet another AR-15 based weapon, seen in the hands of some Navy SEALs as well, with some heavy customizations, and if these guys chose to use that, have no doubt in your mind that it's definitely worth it. The F9E is another bullpup assault rifle, and it's also known as the EF88. This weapon was built to be able to replace the old Steyr AUG weapons, and it seems like a better choice for a modern FPS game compared to the AUG itself. The HK53 was also requested, which is simply said the assault rifle variant of the G3 family, and it's chambered in 5.56, an old weapon for sure, but there's always room for some grandpa weapons in any modern settings as well. And lastly, the Accuracy International AXMC, which is just a hell of a sniper rifle with a really badass design, which conveys a feeling of power, to be honest. It's chambered in 338 Magnum, a perfect cartridge for a sniper rifle, and an absolute beast of a weapon for a Battlefield game. Just imagine holding this thing in your hand in a Battlefield game. It looks awesome. So there you have it, guys. 33 weapons you guys wanted to see in the next game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope your requested weapons were in the list. Videos like this are kind of fun to make. They make me want to go and do some research myself, get to know some new weapons, and generally speaking, it's a ton of fun. So thank you all guys for watching. Thank you all guys for participating. And until next time, stay cool.